rejected for a little bit, pull back, and then push right off. So price held this area for about, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, guys. Well, this is your boy Francis. Welcome to the Trading Success Show. If this is your first time tuning in, you're welcome to this channel. Without further ado, I will be talking about watch lists for the coming week. Okay, these watch lists are not necessarily a buy or to sell these stocks. They are just for entertainment purposes only, but you know, you can take one or two from this. Okay, but before then, I like to talk about the market, what I'm expecting the market to do in the coming week. Okay, and also the SPY, I will also talk about IWM as well. Okay, the market, I did talk about the market that my eye is going to be on this trend, and perhaps we could get close to the trend and not even touch the trend and pull back. Because why? Because we're really, you know, we were extended on the RSI. Let's take a quick listen on what I really did talk about in the market right there. So look at what is happening right now. So we are in the, you know, overbought zone. As price volume begins to come in, okay, look at how averagely the MACD really is, and we're really pointing upwards, right? So I'll be looking for different levels in case any little pullback in the market. I'll be expecting price to pull into the 460, but overall this 470 is the area you need to watch for a breakout. If it doesn't break, and then we can pull back into 460 and then make our way upwards. But overall, our support is going to be 460 in the coming days. But overall, also resistance, you're looking at this trend on. Well, you heard that, guys. You really heard that. What I'm thinking for the market to do is very simple. I did talk about market pulling back because we're really extended, right? That I'm expecting the market to pull back into the 460 area. We got close to the 460 area. Right now, look at this trend, acted as a support. Okay, we didn't quite get to the 460 like, you know, to the T, but pretty much we bounce right off that area, and now we start going back up, right? So now that's what we're going to be looking for. Okay, if this price can really break this area, then we should be all right in the coming week, right? So our area to really watch in this coming week is going to be 470. 470 break and hold, then we'll try to revisit this trend again. Now let's get into the stocks, guys. Okay, just keep an eye on the market as volume begins to come in, good news begin to you know, be put into our radar, and the earnings report begins to, you know, do well and all that. Just don't forget that most of all these stocks, they are priced into the earnings, so you'll be looking for profit taken in the names, right? So let's get into the little low float, low price stocks for the coming week to watch. First one is going to be WINT. WINT has been really doing good. So I would say keep an eye on this area as price begin to hold this trend as a support. Okay, we started off here in 1, 2 and 3, right, since June. So keep an eye on this area, because this 170 is now our support as we price begin to push and visit the 20 and 50 exponential moving average, guys, right? The overall is the 240 area for price to really break out, you know, of that particular, you know, oversold zone. So keep an eye on that. HUGE, price is beginning to retest that 155 again, because this area is the area of resistance. So if we can break through this spot, okay, we can really push into 175. Now take a look at this, because I always talk about this kind of pattern, right? So we have this trend right here. Every time price try to push through, we just couldn't. We reject this area, which is now our what? Our resistance, right? So price actually broke first this trend. Okay, we broke out, got into resistance, tried to retest this trend again, and then broke out and rejected for a little bit, pull back, and then push right off. So price held this area for about 4 days, and guess what happened? Price pulled back to retest this trend. Okay, so now we're pushing higher again, and now we're back into our resistance 155. So this area is going to act as our resistance. If we can break this 155, 160, I think we'll be able to push into this 200 moving average. So keep an eye on this name as price begin to push. Remember I talked about the W shape pattern, right? Every time we have a W shape, we tend to push right up, right? So we push right up into this area of resistance and then sold right off. So we'll be looking for another shape pattern out of this zone. So keep an eye on this as well, but make sure you have a risk management in place, meaning that you have a stop loss right below $1.40 as your tolerance level, just in case price begin to pull back. You know, like 140 is going to be your stop loss, and then we'll continue to push higher. Now, if you take a look at the risk reward ratio, you're looking at 140, okay, getting in at, say, for example, 155 or 150. Let's make it simplistic, right? So you're getting in at 150, and then 140 is your what? Is your stop loss, which is 10 cents, right? So 10 cents in anticipation of 170 or 180 dollar visit. Okay, so that is pretty much a fantastic risk reward ratio in my opinion. Okay, so you're pretty much having that 20 to 30 cents over 10 cents, right? So that is a 3 to 1, if I may put it like that. So I tend to look for 2 to 1 or 3 to 1 risk reward ratio, but you know, to be fair, 3 to 1 risk reward is the core fundamental when you're trading stocks, right? So that is for that. Sorry it took so long on this. I'm just trying to explain more technical basics whenever you're looking at stocks and, you know, your stop loss and all that. So let's continue. STAF. This is another one that you'll be looking for a bottom bounce play on the name. It's a very good runner, okay? So keep an eye on this STAF. And if I cannot post all the stocks on here, analyze them on here, you can follow me on Twitter or on Stock Tweet. I do post the remaining stocks that I can finish up on this platform. IPDN as well, keep an eye on it. Right now I'm looking for price to bounce right off this $5 area as we anticipate a bridge into the 20 and 50 exponential moving average. So keep an eye on that name as well. MDRR, this one right now we're looking for 120 break into this trend. I think we'll be able to push into 148, 150. So keep an eye on that. I really like the way that is setting up. IPDN as well, look for price to bounce off this area into the 145 area, and then we bounce back into, you know, the high. So keep an eye on that. HOTH as well, look for a bottom bounce. The $1 is going to act as our support. Okay, WKEY as well. I've been buying the $5 call options, and also I've been selling the $5 put option just in case, you know, momentum comes into this name. I'll gain more premium, and I'll also, you know, get some 10 days as we begin to push into the 200 moving average. BNTC as well. This has been, you know, let me say right now we have three support base right now. Okay, so triple bottom right here is what we're looking for price to really bounce up into that 375. So keep an eye on the resistance around the 375 zone on the name, right? APRN as well. This one has really been a fantastic trade. Okay, I did pick some up around this push down into the 50 and then bounce back off. So right now we're working the 20 exponential moving average, see if we can push through. PED as well. Right now we're back into support, so this 130 is going to act as our support. Okay, we're failing the 200 moving average, which is supposed to act as our core support, right? So right now we're failing that area into support, so I'll be expecting price to bounce off this area so we can cross this particular trend, because this is a trend as well. So keep an eye on that area to act as a support. AGRI as well. Right now I'll be looking for 250 break on this name. The chart really looks solid for a push higher. XRTX, this one right now I did pick some up on this break and sold into the 550 zone, $5 zone. My stop loss was around $4 after the momentum push, right? So I got out and I'm waiting for price right now. And right now this area is going to act as a support. Why did I say it's going to act as a support? Because right now this area acted as a support and we bounced, right? So I'm expecting this 260, 275 to act as a support, and then we push through the $3 zone. So keep an eye on it in the coming days. I think price will continue to show us the goodies, right? SBET as well, bottom bounce play I'm expecting on this name. I'm looking for that really bounce push on this name. 375, let's say about $4 is going to be your resistance into this trend, and then we can continue to push. But overall I'm looking for a revisit of the 200 moving average on the name. PMCB as well. Right now we've been consolidating lower. I'll be looking for price to, in the coming future, fill this gap. So keep an eye on it. If we can retest this 375, hold it, I think we'll be able to fill that gap easily on the name. ZME, look for a bottom bounce play on that name. ELDN, bottom bounce play really held up as price broke out of this trend right here. This was a bearish looking pattern, but right now we're breaking out of that bearish shape and rejected, right? On Friday we rejected what? The 50 exponential moving average. I'll be looking for price to come up some form of a consolidation around this area, then continue to push. Overall, you'll be looking for the skies, right? SEED as well, look for some form of a support around this 950 975 dollar zone. Okay, for a price breaking $10 is always a difficult task, because that's a round figure, right? So where we get our 2-digit. So keep an eye on this as price begin to hold this area for a continuous momentum push on that name. SSY as well, we've been holding this area, consolidating around this range for quite a while, so I'll be looking for 260 break. 260 area is also our 200 moving average, so look for price action for the coming weeks. Bottom bounce play, this is a bearish looking pattern, but if price can really break this area, 260 275 zone, I think we'll really break that course, and we'll continue to push higher. But in the coming days, look for $3 to come. All right, Lmfa, this one right now we're still flagging. Okay, we did kind of push through the 750 775 area on Monday, and then couldn't sustain that move on it. So 20 exponential moving average is going to act as our support, but we're still maintaining the flag on it. LFMD as well, look for a bottom bounce play. We're still bearish in this, so I'll be looking for 525, 550 break for us to determine if we're out of this bearish looking pattern. CRWS as well, this has been really pushing higher, so $8 is going to act as our resistance for now. Overall, your support is 555, 550 on that. CXDO as well, your 200 moving average is going to act as your resistance, so keep an eye on it as price begin to show us the positiveness of the stock. IROIX, okay, we did push into that resistance of 950 area, so right now we're pulling back into our support. We failed the 20, and then 50 is going to act as our support for now, which is the $8 spot. So keep an eye on it. I think this area will act as a support, and then we'll continue to push higher. These are unusual volume on the stocks. AWX as well, keep an eye on this one right now. Our support is going to be $4. Okay, we did pop, fail, pop, fail, pop, fail, so I'm looking for a fail right into the $4 on that name, so keep an eye on that as well, because I'm expecting some form of a move coming into the name. AZFL, look for a bottom bounce play on this. Right now our 260, 250 is acting as a support, so keep an eye on that. METX as well, support right now is going to be 50 cents. Okay, if this trend doesn't hold, I'll be looking for 20 exponential moving average to act as a support for the coming days, so keep an eye on that. PETV as well, we did push into the 520 area. Right now we're pulling back to test our support, see if that support area holds. If it holds, I think we'll continue to bounce on that name. OXBR as well, look for a breakout coming in this coming week, so I'm expecting some form of a push through this trend, so keep an eye on that name. YTEN as well, we're looking for a bottom bounce play, 650, 675 break. I think the green is in our favor. SUMR, this one did really good. I picked some up in the bottom thinking about a break, because it was a bearish looking pattern. I was expecting this area to act as a support. We did hold, and right now we're just taking profit as we push into 1250, which also coincide as our trend. NTIP as well, keep an eye on this area. $3 is our resistance zone. If we can break this zone, I think we'll be all right, just like we did over here on SUMR. So keep an eye on NTIP for another move. IAPROE as well, 200 is our area of resistance right now. We're shaking the weak hands into this trend, so 475 is going to be our support, and then if we can break 525, I think the sky is our limit there. S-Fund as well did shake out some weak hands on Friday. After shaking them out, I think price really bounced to reclaim this trend, so keep an eye on that as well. INTZ, we tried to break this range. Okay, this trend, we broke out of it, and price couldn't sustain that 5 area. We pulled back and closed right above 50 exponential moving average, so I'll be looking for another visit of this $5. If this area really holds, I think we'll be looking for a gap fill in the coming days. I like the chart, and I'm expecting more on it as well. Govx, this one right now, this trend is going to act as our support in the coming days, so keep an eye on that. AMPG, look for a support at this $4 zone. This $4 zone is going to act as our support, guys. Nothing to say about that. AEH This one right now, we are holding the 20 exponential moving average. So this 20 exponential moving average is going to be your savior. If that breaks, then you'll be looking for stop loss around the 50 exponential moving average. This has been a fantastic growth stocks that I've been talking about. Okay, if price really reclaim these 28 spot, I think this trend is what you want to keep an eye on. YGMZ as well. We're really trying to break, what I call a coil back up. So we're coiling back up right now. If we can coil back up into this 325, I think we just broke the course. So keep an eye on that name. BEAT as well. I'm looking for this $4 spot to hold as a support, and then we push higher. PPSI, this one right now, this is our trend support, our trend resistance. That's what you got to keep an eye on in the coming days on that. MF as well, right now we're coiling up. Okay, we're coiling up right now. We're breaking this bearish looking shape pattern. So right now I'll be looking for $5 in the coming name and even more on it. SONM as well. Look for a price to really break this trend. If we break this trend, I'll be looking for 250. 250 come, I think 270 will come easily on the name as well. So keep an eye on that. DBGI, I'll be looking for support around the 350 360 area as well. SQL, guys, this one is going to be our fantastic coil up play. Right now 360 is your support, but I'll be expecting some form of a shake the weekends on this name and then continue to push on it. NUZE, I'll be looking for a pullback into the $4 or 350 in the coming days, because why? We're really extended on that. VINO, we did push last week and back into support, so I'll be expecting some form of a push in the coming days as well. So NAKD, we did push as well back down into the support zone. I'll be looking for some form of action for the coming week as well. CWBR as well, I'll be looking for the gap fill on that. And finally, not really finally, but I will post the remaining stocks on Twitter, so keep an eye on it. And for this SNDL with the marijuana and cannabis and all those good stuff coming into radar, I'll be expecting price to really reclaim the $1 zone so that this can regain listing in the coming days. The volume that really came on on Friday was really a fantastic one. So keep an eye for the coming weeks for this to really show us the true color of the fundamental on the weed industry. So with that being said, guys, thank you for being here. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. If you have any questions or concern, you can email me at tradingsuccessshow@gmail.com, or you can follow me on Twitter or on stock tweet at FRONKTSS. Feel free to subscribe to the channel, and thank you guys for being here. Peace and love, guys. Bye bye.